Welcome back to another episode of Viva Los Bills. I'm your host, Will Colon, aka Buffalo Bill, and I am joined by cousin Vinny. Welcome back,
What's going
Vinny.
on, yo? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to be back, man.
Happy belated birthday. I mean, I told
Yes,
you the
man.
day of. Welcome back. You got to enjoy
Appreciate it.
some good times over there, wherever you went. I don't know if you want to tell anybody, but
Oh man, shoot, I was beachside all the whole weekend. Beachside the whole weekend with some family and some friends. And matter of fact, I got me a cool gift, man. I'm gonna shout out my boy that gave it to me. Look
oh,
at that, baby. Look at that, baby. That goes in my man cave. Shout out to Angel Rodriguez, man. He gave me a keychain. I hope he's a diehard Philly fan, but he came through, man. He said, "Man, I know you're a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, so I'm gonna hook you up for your 50th." So, I'm much grateful for that.
it's pretty cool, man. I wish I had a
Yeah, man.
man cave to hang stuff up. Uh,
Looks
happy,
like you got one behind you, man. Looks good.
man, I'm throwing up flags everywhere, trying to cover the background. My girl made me move everything, and that's it, man. I'm trying to cover up. Look at my little on this side. My cat's
It
over
looks
here sleeping
good.
behind me. So,
Looks
anyway,
good. Looks good.
hey, as always, we're live on channel 198 on Single TV and always on I-95 Sports Network. We got Big Bobby in the background, hiding, producing the show as always. And that's about it. So, I mean, I guess we could start off and start talking about what's going on in the league, bud. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, first things. Hey, the Cowboys and the Steelers are no longer playing in the Hall of Fame Shrineman game. It's got
That's right.
postponed. And now the Hall of Fame inductees for this year are getting pushed to next year. So they'll go with the 2021 class. I mean, kind of stinks. I guess they're already assuming something's up that they're not going to play this game. It's kind of early.
Now, what day is it? This is in August, isn't it?
Yeah, usually it's in August, I believe. It's
So
the first
what's gonna happen with the preseason? Are they gonna cut anything short on the preseason? No news on that.
no news on that. They just postponed this game right off the bat. I mean, we
Wow.
do have some Cowboy players who did test positive. So I don't know if that's what led to this. I'm not sure about Steelers if they started coming up positive as well, but it got
Wow.
postponed. Pretty much, it's canceled if they're postponing it, and the guys already told they're going to get enshrined next year. So we're
Wow.
going to have a big enshrinement next year. Hopefully, this stuff doesn't follow us.
So how's it gonna work? Are they gonna get this year's plus next year, so it's a double up enshrinement? Like they're gonna have doubles? Okay.
Yes. I don't know if they're going
Sounds
to play
pretty cool.
games because that they haven't said it. So I don't know if they're going to play two games, or they're going to play just one game and then enshrine everybody in the same time. So that I don't know.
Mm.
So we shall see.
Mm-mm.
Now going on for some Buffalo Bills news here. We talked about this last week. You were relaxing while we were slaving on this camera. There's
Hey, I
no
tune in every now and again. I pop my face in to see what was up. Y'all did a great job.
Thank you. So we had Kyle come back, and then we have my
Uh-huh.
brother and Rob, who's a Cowboy fan. They
Yes,
came
sir.
and helped out. Anyway, all right, moving on. Kim Pagula saying she will support anybody who stands and anybody who kneels. Either way, she's supporting her players and doesn't think if you don't kneel, you're not racist, and vice versa, which is good. I mean, listen, like she said, personally, she's not going to kneel, but
Hmm.
we've been listening, we've been learn to love other people, understand experiences and what they've gone through and what they've experienced, and maybe the anthem or the flag means to them, or what it means. It's truly different than what I went through. So she's supporting either way, which is a step forward from 4 years ago when it wasn't this way. You know,
Mm.
I can't say they were
I like.
there if they were owners at that point.
Yeah, I like what you said, and I quote. I think I would hope that our players or anybody would understand that if I'm standing, that does not mean I'm for racism. Certainly, it's not. And the same goes for our players. If they choose to kneel to whoever wants to protest, I don't think it's because they don't love the country or they don't want to respect our military or any of that. So that's good that she's letting you know, like, hey, if I stand, that doesn't mean I'm still for racism. Now I know uh, McDermott also fell short saying if he was going to kneel or not. Also,
I thought he
he
said
did
he
say
was
that.
going to kneel.
Oh, when I last I heard it said he fell short of saying he plans to take a knee. Did he actually say he was going to take a knee?
I thought I
He
read
did.
somewhere that he said he was, but
Okay.
maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
No, I didn't hear that, but if you heard it, that's cool. But then I know he said that he added that none of the players have indicated to him that they plan to kneel themselves. But that could be that today, and then game time you see him kneel. So more power to him. I know the NFL took a 180 degree of what Kaepernick was doing. So I
Yeah,
mean they're more accepting of what's going on now. So it's a good thing. At least these guys can express themselves, and it's not doing any harm to anybody. So um, let's let it roll.
it's just a peaceful way of protesting. Again, some people are
Hmm.
going to like it, some people aren't. That's
You,
how
you're absolutely right about that.
it's going to
See,
go
it's
like
a
that.
fine line because some people are gonna think it's disrespecting the flag, and then some people are saying, hey, they're taking the knee because of social injustice.
Yeah,
So I for myself, it doesn't matter to me what they do either way. You know what I mean? So more power to them. I applaud Kim saying how she felt and what she feels towards the players doing it. So I have respect for her because some of these owners don't even say nothing. They're talking about penalizing and you better not do it. It's a business. But Kim gave her opinion. I'm good for it.
yeah. It's like you said. It's done a whole 360, almost 180, like you said
180.
before. It's like they're changing their whole thought process on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. Like I
Absolutely.
said, nobody's getting hurt. Like it, you don't like it. It's your opinion. Just go with that. On
Yes,
a
sir.
positive note, if we're looking on Instagram, because I know you do, because you post, repost pictures and stuff. Stephon get digs, man, running routes in the Buffalo
Wear
Bills.
that helmet.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Wear
Stephon
that helmet.
is looking pretty good in that Bills helmet, man.
Yes, sir.
So I like what I'm seeing out there.
I'm liking what I'm seeing too, man. And I know Josh had been working out in California. I'm trying to remember the quarterback's coach name. I forgot his name. I'll doggone it. But he
Well,
was working out in California. Actually, it was with
the guy he
uh,
goes to, or the
Jordan
Bills?
Palmer.
Yeah, Jordan
Jordan
Palmer.
Palmer. He was with Jordan Palmer, and he's been getting advice from Peyton Manning and Brett Favre and Tony Romo. So
Hmm.
this kid is putting in work. This kid's putting in work, and he better be putting in work because everywhere around the NFL and all the news and all the sports outlets are they got the Bills going pretty far now. I mean, they look good. We all look good on paper. It looks great on paper actually. So now it's just a matter of executing. So I'm not gonna lie. There's a little bit of pressure on Josh, man. So seeing that he's working out, I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's not like you know some people like the quarterback from the Browns back in the day, just partying it up and everything. I mean, he's out there actually doing some work. So hopefully it pays off.
No, I mean, I was going to talk a little about Allen later, but yeah, did you see him just standing there throwing rockets, not even turning in and throwing with his whole body? He's
Just
throwing
throwing.
like 60, 70 yards. Just
Yeah.
posted videos. The one comment was funny to me was somebody's like, listen, he still couldn't hit the guy running. Or yeah, the guy had to run to the ball or
Listen,
something.
there's no doubt. There's no doubt the kid has a cannon. There's no doubt about that. I think he has one of the strongest arms in the NFL. What everybody's worried about is his accuracy. But now with Stephon Diggs, running those deep routes, if they click, in this offseason, what they like, I see them working out and everything. If they get a little bit of a chemistry, man, we're gonna be dangerous.
Oh no! Listen, if he starts running those routes or hitting him deep, and then you got John Brown on the other side, they have speed all over the place.
Speed.
The speed it kills. So hopefully, they connect. And the good thing is he's trying to put in some work with these guys before even camp. That was another thing. The
Absolutely.
commissioner said camp should start on time. So hopefully nobody gets sick or people stay healthy, and it doesn't, you know, push everything back. Like I said,
Yes,
we
sir.
already lost a Shriman game, so that kind of stinks because you look forward to that. I mean, at least I'm one of those guys who like watching preseason, so I will watch
Yeah.
the Shriman game
Yeah.
because of all the guys going in. Especially if there's a Bill player going in, I always watch it. The Bill fans always go to these enshrinement games. I wanted to go to the last one with Andre Reed when he got enshrined. The prices were kind of steep up there, so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll watch it on TV. Maybe another time. So I really didn't get
Absolutely.
to go up there. and see it. One thing actually with Josh Allen, since we were talking about him, you probably saw what was it, Sal's. Actually, we'll talk about Sal Capaccio's. Uh, he had this list where I have it here.
No.
The 27 NFL QBs had at least 7 games last year where they threw 20 or more passes and completed at least 60% of them. Here are their records, sorted by numbers, and blah, blah, blah. This is why 60% is so important to Josh Allen and the Bills and why it's indicated in that goal or his thing here. Josh Allen, when he threw over 60 or completed 60% of his passes,
Undefeated.
they went 9-0, like he said.
That's right.
Undefeated. That's insane. I would have
Yes,
never
sir.
guessed that. People who love to hate on this kid, okay, his numbers aren't all that great. I mean, like I said, I think it was the last 9 games of
Hmm.
the season. He didn't even throw an interception. So he got better. The guy's putting
Yep.
in work. He is getting better. One thing, like we talked about, that offensive line is going to come back intact unless somebody beats somebody else out. They're going to have
Yep.
another year together. So it's going to be stronger. They're going to give him more time. He has more
Yeah.
weapons, especially with Diggs and the two rookies coming in. They have depth. So there's no reason for him not to go forward. If he
Yes,
steps
sir.
back, that's a red flag. But I don't see it happening. So just imagine, man, 9-0. He's the only one that went 9-0. I mean, Kirk Cousins ranked 10th on this. He went 9-1.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
look at, say, Jimmy Garoppolo on this list is second. He went 11-2. All great records. Russell Wilson 10-3, and
Hmm.
Lamar Jackson, he actually went 11-1.
Hmm.
Again, crazy numbers, man. A lot of people
Absolutely.
like to poop on Josh Allen, but you got to give the kid respect, and he's putting in work like we said, week
And look,
after week.
he's still only been in the league 2 years, not 3 years. Working with Jordan Palmer, like we know he has the tools. He
Mhm.
has the arm strength. Guys on defense from other teams say he has freakish speed. I quote freakish speed, which means he doesn't look fast unless you're trying to chase him. Then he got that freakish speed. The only thing that concerns me is his maturity. You know what I mean? Like so, there's some plays like at the end, even in that playoff game when he tried to lateral it, towards the sideline. I mean, that's something a mature player. He just take the sack or just go out of bounds or something like that. He's trying to make things happen. That's a good thing in some ways, but in some other ways, you got to watch it because that ball is precious, man. You know what I mean? So if Jordan Palmer gets in, as a quarterback coach, gets in him, works out on his accuracy, works out in the decision making, and man, everybody's rooting for this kid, man. Even people that never believed in Buffalo before are like, Buffalo's the real deal now. So, if he could get his head straight, get the accuracy going, we're gonna go for a nice ride this year.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope everybody stays healthy. And like I said, you can't blame him. The kid is putting in work. He's reaching out to vets. Yes, he works with Jordan Palmer. He's been doing that, I think, since his rookie year, which is cool.
Now,
He's out there also with Sam Darnold. I don't know about
yeah,
that, but
the
they
only
watch
thing,
each other, and they could go back to their defenses and be like, "Hey, Sam likes to do this, or Josh
yeah,
likes to do that." That's one thing I'm a little weary about, but it doesn't matter. He's putting in the work, so I love that about the kid. He's just trying to get it done.
yes, sir. Now, being that we're talking about Josh Allen now, it brings up to another subject. Now we could probably roll into it now about Matt Barkley.
Matt
Um,
Barkley, yes,
Matt Barkley. Did I stutter or something? I don't know. I was like, my tongue. I got tongue twisted real quick. Matt Barkley. Now, scenario. Oh, look at this scenario. We're all banking on Josh right now.
yes,
All right. What if this NFL's you could get hurt in one play.
hmm
What if like a what if scenario? Josh Allen gets hurt. Who do you think will be able to step up? I mean, it's got to be Barkley. It's got to be Matt. So,
yes,
what do you think? I know we were going to discuss this about what Coach McDermott said about him, how and his confidence in him. So, take
yeah.
it away.
Like you said, McDermott here said he's very confident in Matt for a lot of reasons. That's probably because he's been there the last few years, so he knows the offense. And he's been in the league for what, 4 or 5 years? I'll tell you right now.
Hmm.
He's played in 14 games as a pro. Dang, I thought he would have played more. Anyway, he's been in the league since 2013. So that's
Hmm.
where part of that confidence comes in as well. Uh, the problem with him, I mean, okay, It's good to have competition, like he says, the competition at that position and competition across our roster. And I think Brandon and his staff have done a great job of proving that. So we'll just see how it plays out. Now, my thing, like I was telling you before, is dude, I his 1 year when he first played for us and he got in, the guy was, he did good. He started one game, all right. He was what did he got to win that game? I think it was against the Jets and he went off. Where was it? He threw for two
Yeah.
touchdowns. But last year he came in for 2 games. He threw 3 interceptions. His passing completion rate was 52.9. He's
Hmm.
27 for 51 in 2 games. It got ugly. It wasn't like that Jet game he played the year before where he went off and he
Yeah.
looked perfect. He
You
actually
look
played.
great.
Yeah, he played one of these games, I guess, against the Jets, and I think he threw for 2 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah.
So now it's like, is he really, is he dropping off? Did he only have one real good game? It's kind of a little suspect.
Man, and he did really good with the Jets, but I think we have one of the worst backup situations in the NFL, if you ask me, because McDermott likes Barkley. He's confident in him, but man, like you said, he went in those 2 games 27-51 for 359 yards, 52%. He just completed 58.8% of his passes for 10 touchdowns and 21 interceptions in 7 seasons, man. So those aren't really good numbers, if you really look at it in the overall scheme.
Nope.
And 2 of those seasons were actually missed due to injury. So, I mean, uh, it hasn't been really a reliable. Buckley hasn't really been reliable. So I mean, I'm kind of a little freaked out by it myself because Fromm, they say he's very extremely intelligent, just lacks a little bit of the tools. But I mean, I want to see where to go. What happens in camp? I mean, I know Barkley he's in his last year, correct,
Yes, this is his
in his
last year.
contract. So I mean, do they give him a chance, or be like, hey man, Fromm beat you out? What do you think?
Well, that's what we had talked about the one time, and I was like, personally, I would give Fromm more of the touches in preseason. Let this guy show us what he can or cannot do. But if I'm looking right now, Matt Barkley, I mean, you would take if you cut him, I forgot how much exactly it would be for like dead money for this year or something.
Hmm.
Which it doesn't matter. I think the Bills have around $20 million to spend still.
Yeah, to the left, yeah. And then we got Webb. The kid never even played yet. I mean,
I mean, Webb,
throwing in the wheels.
like I said, that guy got cut unless somebody gets hurt, injured in camp.
Yeah,
Bar-
yeah.
Barkley, honestly, listen, he's been there. You look at when he was in Philly, his rookie year. He got in 3 games. He was
And
61.2%. The next year, he didn't even play. Uh, his years in Chicago, he started 6 games out of 7. He was 1 for 5. So he started one game for the Bills, he won it. So the kid is actually what, 2 for 5, 2 for 6 or something like that. No, two for 5 as a starter. Not really good. So I mean, right now you go out there and you look. There's not that many good quarterbacks left. If you want to look at the top, they had what, 6 or 10. Your best guy out there is Cam Newton. Do you want to give Cam Newton a year? I mean, he's not
Cam
really.
Newton
He's.
or Kaepernick available. What you think about that?
I think I would rather go with Cam, but I don't know if Cam's going to want to sit.
Yeah.
He's going to
Mm.
go to Buffalo. He's going to sit. He's not going to start. You're going to pay him a lot of money just to be a backup. I don't know. I mean, Matt Moore is out there. I really would. I'd rather just keep Matt Barkley for if we're going to go with Matt Moore. Trevor Simeon, again, really is an improvement. You got Drew Stanton, no. Josh McCown, he's like 40 years old, no. Uh, the best guy on this list might be Blake Bortles. So you take Blake Bortles,
Yeah.
you would just sign him for a year and let him, mentor these guys, even though he wasn't that good. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you cut
It's like,
Barkley for Blake
You
Bortles.
know what? Bottom line, Josh needs to just stay healthy. That's
Yeah,
the bottom line.
just,
But I
just
mean, McDermott has said he likes the competition in camp, and and the competition at that position. Um, he thinks Brandon and his staff would do a good job in providing that. So we'll just see how it all plays out in terms of the competition. Brandon Bean put those guys together. So we're going to see how it plays out in camp. And, every single position, when you hear McDermott talk, he talks about competition, competition, competition. It's like you're not guaranteed a job. You're not guaranteed a starting job. You get up there and you got to go in camp. Hey, one of these rookies probably takes somebody out. Look, Josh Norman's coming in. Let's see what happens with that. You know what I mean? We're going to see. It's just competition, and I'm looking forward to camp, see what happens.
No, no, I agree, and that's the one thing we've always said. I love that about him. You got to win your job, but I think Josh Allen would have to like crap the bed so bad for him not to start. I don't think Fromm's going to get in there and beat him out, and I don't see Barkley. He didn't do it, his first year there, and he's not going to do it now, especially with the way he's playing. Honestly, just him. It comes down to just just being there to mentor these guys more, I think. But
Yeah,
again, I mean, I don't know if I would
absolutely.
be able, if not, just sign somebody. I mean, but again, the list is short. If you're not going with Cam, you're going to pay Cam a lot of money just to be sitting on your bench when you
Yeah,
have
I
security.
think I think McDermott said it. He's just confident. He's confident in Barkley. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Barkley, listen, and it's also important for Barkley because this is his last year, so he's going to have to step it up if he wants to keep stay playing in his league. If he wants to move forward as a starter, even as a backup. So depends how he does this year. Uh, is how his contract going to be next year if we pick him up or somebody else picks him up. He's got to play ball. He's got to ball out.
yeah. No, I agree with you. Would he get a backup? He'll probably get a backup role somewhere. I don't think the Bills are going to re-sign him again. I would be really surprised if they re-sign him, especially with From. From sitting for a year, hopefully
Yeah.
learning. He could take over that backup role unless he doesn't get right. you
Unless
know,
if he doesn't get right, then I believe truly that we picked him up because he was there on the board, and
hmm
they don't want New England to get him anyway. You know what I mean? So that's my personal opinion. So if he actually does, Barkley does well, who knows? I mean, we don't know. We're
yeah,
over here as fans trying to figure out. I mean, there's things that look like they have been a lock, and all of a sudden it goes in a different direction. Like me and you with the draft, we were like, what the heck, went on, thinking that we had it, pretty much nailed. And I got one pick. I think you got one pick or whatever out of all those draft picks, and it's like, whoa, we didn't see that coming. I mean, we kind of saw a little bit of it coming, but you never know. That's why these guys get paid the big bucks. But you never know because if Matt Barkley has a good preseason, and sticks in there, who knows? They might sign him for another year or two. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
Matt Fromm, I believe, not Fromm, Fromm, I believe, is going to learn. Like I said, they talk really well about him in college. He's extremely smart, just doesn't have the tools these other guys have.
yeah,
If he can adapt to the system real quick and show some stuff, he might stay. But if not, he could be some trade bait, man.
yeah. Well, I mean, listen, Barkley, right here, career, 14 games. Uh, he has a record of 2-5. I believe, right? Is that it? 58.8%. I mean,
Hmm.
completion, 2,500 yards. I mean, 2,502 yards. He has 10 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. 21
10
interceptions
touchdowns.
to 10
Mm.
touchdowns. That's not good. So, like I said, I don't see him being on the team after this year, definitely. And I wouldn't doubt, well, I don't know. Maybe he'll make the team. But if somebody cuts somebody decent out there, he might be gone, man. I don't know.
He might be gone.
It's just,
The Bills actually demonstrated their faith in Barkley by drafting Jake in the fifth round. So how much faith do you have in him? You know what I mean? But you can look at it that way. Or you can look at it the way Brandon Bean said, "Hey man, he was right there on the board for the taking." So they just snatched him up. They didn't think he was going to go there either. Like AJ Epineza, he was going to be in the top 20, top 30, and I'm glad we picked him up where we got him.
oh, yeah. No, listen, hey, the worst could happen also is that, all right, next, they play, what's his name this year? Barkley. They keep him as second string. And then after that, hey, it's my buddy German. What's up, German? Susio. We used to call each other
What's going
Susios.
on, Joe?
Anyway, they keep Barkley, they cut Webb, or you cut Barkley and you keep Webb as your third string and Fromm as your second string. He's okay. The guy's all right. Anyway, enough with Matt Barkley. He's a bum. No, kidding.
Yeah.
Also, another note out there, which I was reading on the Bills Wire, which you saw as well, the Bills in 2019 were the most penalized team.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. I didn't know that. And what makes it worse is that their opponents were the least amount of penalized or least penalized. What kind of crap is that? That just
What are the
drives me.
numbers on that?
Let's see what they had here. This is to the Bills Wire. Buffalo, blah, 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 and they bring up the offense, the illegal block against Houston, which was horrible.
That was a whole. That was, oh man. Mm.
Anyway, the Bills were flagged 124 times for penalties. In total, the Bills lost 991 yards. That
Mm.
124 numbers was tied for the sixth most in the NFL. So we were tied for the sixth most, but I guess the penalty yards were ridiculous. The Bills are not in place while other teams with 124 points are. In total, like the Bills' opponents in total were flagged 98 times. 98 times. So we were flagged 124 times, and our opponents were flagged 98 times.
Wow.
You know, they lost overall, the Bills' opponents overall lost 835 yards, while we lost 991 yards on penalty,
Yeah. Yeesh. That's
costly
crazy.
penalties too, because that stupid
Well,
whole illegal block when they were already past the guy, and the guy came back, the linebacker, I think, came back and he hit him. Illegal
yeah.
block. I don't know
It
why,
wasn't even a
because
hit. It was like a little shove.
a little shove, and if he doesn't do that, the guy makes the tackle. So you
Uh-huh.
just let the guy tackle him. It's
Yeah.
kind of there's a short line. To me, it's ridiculous because you gotta hit him. The guy still could have
Absolutely.
made the play. If he was really out of the play, like if he was 5 yards away, then I get it.
Yeah.
But if he was
Yeah.
like 3 yards away, he still could
He was
make the
right
play.
there. He could have made the play. And
That
just
cost us
as
a
another
possible
game,
field goal. You know,
there
what do
was
you think
another
about that?
game. I believe it was Pittsburgh game. I believe I don't know if it was Trey or Poyer had a face mask call on by the sideline, and when you look at it, his hands were literally wrapped around the guy's waist. I saw a
Yeah.
couple memes where the Pittsburgh guy had the mask, and his face
Mhm.
mask was like 17 inches long, and the guy was grabbing it by the waist. I mean, we got some ridiculous calls, absolutely, but ultimately, if you look at this in the game of football, all those penalties, it doesn't come down to the players. It comes down to the coach. So McDermott's going to be more strict on these things, man. He has to be because it ultimately comes down to the coaching. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, you
I
could
mean, the
coach
guys.
these guys, but then it's like, come on, man. They're playing the game. You got to
Mm,
know better. It drives me crazy. And then, like you said, like that. I don't know if it was Pitcher, but I remember watching the game, and like you said, he went like this. He tilted his head down, and it was not even there. When he wrapped him around, he went down with his head, and they called
yeah,
face mask. It was like
yeah,
so
that's the
obvious. It
thing.
wasn't a face mask. He just went
That
down.
was Pittsburgh. That was
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, man. I was fuming, man. I was like, where's the let me we can't cuss over here, right? Okay, well I'm not even gonna cuss, but I was cussing at the freaking TV, man. You know how you get so involved because Pittsburgh, come on, man. When's the last time we beat them? You know what I mean? It's like it's Pittsburgh and Dallas. You want to beat them, and then to get those stupid calls on us, man. It's just come on now. Let them play the game.
yeah, that's ridiculous. German, who's winning the AFC? The Buffalo Bills. German. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
German's a
hoping.
Yeah, I'm hoping. German's a
We're
Jet fan.
hoping.
Uh,
Is he?
yeah, if you really want to get crazy, maybe Kansas City. I don't know. I want to see how Baltimore Ravens do this year. Now that everybody has tapes on Lamar Jackson, it's going to be a little
Yeah.
different. Last year nobody had tape on him. He's fast. Everybody's going to be able to plan around him. So who knows? But I
Yeah,
think
but then
those
they
three
picked up the
games.
running back. They picked up that running back though. So
Oh no, they're going to be nasty. They already had
yeah.
the kid. What was his name out of the Saints last year? They're going to be nasty.
Hmm.
They have a great team, but I want to see because I don't think he's going to put up the numbers he did last year. Maybe I'm
No.
wrong, but I don't think so. All right. So now we're moving on to that. One thing we saw also, Bleacher Report had Jerry Hughes as a possible trade candidate. It went from Trent Murphy. Now they're throwing out Jerry Hughes' name out there.
Hmm.
Personally, can I see it happening? I mean, you could see anything happening. They went a little younger with what's his name, Mario Addison out of Carolina. He's not that much younger, but he's like a year or two younger than Jerry. Anything's possible. I don't see why you would trade him. He's coming off successful surgery. He's
Great
saying he
year.
feels
Hmm.
100% now. The
Hmm.
guy's a beast when he's 100%. There's no doubt about it. You bolstered this defensive line. He has more help in the middle. Ed Oliver's second year, which is good. You got Vernon Butler coming in to help out other defensive tackles. That's going to take some pressure off of him. So I mean, I wouldn't trade him unless he's not doing well towards mid-season and somebody needs a defensive end out there who could help. Then I would
Hmm.
trade him. But besides that, I would not trade Jerry Hughes this early. I mean, what are your
They got
feelings?
4 teams coming up that been mentioned, and it's the Colts,
Hmm.
Philadelphia Eagles, New England Patriots, and the Green Bay Packers. The Philadelphia Eagles say they're good. I'm going to read an excerpt here. They're fine on the defensive line, are even looking to deal Parker from what turns into a loaded position. But Hughes has the kind of untapped pass rushing ability that the Eagles could afford to give time to, and he's still young. It'll be worth looking into. That's for the Eagles. And the
Hmm.
New England Patriots, actually, the Bills see a little too much Aaron Maben in Hughes, but they're desperate for pass rush help. Their opportunistic defense needs more pressure if they're going to withstand this season. A change of scenery might be exactly what Hughes needs to jumpstart his career. I don't agree. Now, the New England Patriots say the Pats aren't shy about taking on projects like Hughes as they could use more from their pass rush. I'm not sure if New England would be willing to give up a pick for Hughes, but he's certainly someone the Pats could groom. Now,
Hmm.
as for the Green Bay Packers, GM Ted Thompson rarely trades away picks, so this might be a long shot. However, the Packers are always looking for ways to upgrade the pass rush at outside linebacker. Kevin Green might be able to make Hughes into a player too. Now, those are the 4 teams. The Colts, Philly, New England, and Green Bay. Me personally, I think we're gonna keep him. I think we're gonna keep him, and I think he's gonna have a heck of a season. Uh, we got a 10 bold predictions at the end of the show. We're gonna do that this show. We're gonna do it next show that
Uh,
we talked about.
this is us looking at somebody else's 10 bold predictions.
Yes, yes.
So
And then next
hey,
week we can do our predictions.
we'll see how much time. We'll probably go over that real quick. Man, I forgot about Aaron Maven. I like Aaron Maven, and the kid never developed. Now, from those teams that you said, why would we want to trade Jerry Hughes to New England? We wouldn't want to do
not,
that. You know.
not in the East. Not in the
No.
East.
Now, also after that, Indy, we got him from Indy. Does Indy really want to take him back? I mean, he did play better than what he did with Indy. He didn't play as well with Indy. So why take him back now? I don't know if they would do that. I could see Philly. Philly is one of those teams that, love picking up Bills. So does New England. They take some of our best players when they're gone. So if anybody, I
Absolutely.
try to trade them away either to Philly or Green Bay if we want to trade them out of our conference. Especially you don't want them in the AFC East. To me, that makes no sense.
No,
Send them off
no.
to
You
Green
don't want no
Bay,
chip on nobody's shoulder.
or send them over to Philly. That's where I would send them if that. But I don't think he should go anywhere, man. I think he should just stay. What does he have? 2 years, I think, on his contract left.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, if he's struggling towards mid-season, he's not playing like he's supposed to be playing, or he can play. The guy still plays at a high level.
So where did Shaq Lawson go? He went to Miami, correct?
Yes. Shaq
See,
Lawson went to Miami.
wow. I wouldn't want to get rid of him either to go to a division rival like that. It's like, man, because we'll talk about him in a little while, but go ahead, because I know he said some things about Trey White, so we
Yeah,
could get that in a little while.
we're gonna get in there afterwards too. We can mention Shaq. Uh, but yeah, I don't think Jerry's going anyway, unless,
I don't
like I
think so
said,
either.
he's not playing well. I think this year he will have more sacks than last year. I think he had 4 sacks or something. He wasn't that great
Hmm.
last year, But again, he was playing hurt most of the year. He had 4.5 sacks, not the best.
I'm going to
So
go out on a limb and say he might have double-digit sacks this year.
I would hope so.
if he
I
if he
hope he
stays.
does. There's no reason for him not to. Talking about defensive line, there we go. Let's just segue into it. I've seen online, whether it be Twitter or people picking or asking, hey, are the Buffalo Bills going to have more sacks than they did last year?
Hmm.
Personally, right off the bat, I was like, yeah, why not? I can't see why not. But then I didn't even notice that last year, our leading sack guy, who's gone now, was Jordan Phillips with 9.5 sacks. Personally, I wish they would have signed him. I guess they didn't want to pay him as much that he got. And the same thing with Shaq Lawson, who was second on our team with the leading 6.5 sacks. So we lost, well, not even, we lost 15 sacks. 15 and that, right?
Right there
15,
off the bat.
16
Hmm.
sacks. We lost 16 sacks, which were actually our two sack leaders. So now they go out there and they get Mario Addison. How many sacks did he have? 9.5. Well, so let's say we just got those 9.5 back that we lost with Phillips. And then Shaq had 6.5, but we bring in Vernon Butler at defensive tackle. Guess what he had?
Yep.
6. So which is a little better to me because
Hmm.
well, Jordan was a defensive tackle. So I guess they just equal each other out. Because I was going to say Vernon Butler is a defensive tackle. He'll help take pressure off the ends. But so was Jordan Phillips. And Shaq Lawson, he came in. He didn't start every game. They do rotate a lot, which is very good. It keeps these
Hmm.
guys fresh. And like I said, he did
Absolutely.
step up his game last year. He improved from the year before to last year, which was a good thing to see. Now, was it just because of his his contract expired? He was playing for a new contract, or is he actually stepping up his game? We won't know now because now he's in Miami. So
I
also we
I
added. Sorry, one last thing.
go ahead.
We
I'm sorry.
also added Quentin Jefferson, who had 3.5 sacks.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
But
right.
now with the loss of Shaq Lawson
Mm-hmm.
and AJ Epinesa coming in, I mean, Lawson pound for pound was the best edge run defender. Man, he was nasty. I felt bad that we got rid of him, but at the same time I'm happy that we picked up this kid AJ Epinesa because his motor just keeps rolling. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see. I've been raving about him since before the draft, and you're like, I'm telling you, this kid is the real deal. He's got the height. If he could gain another 20 pounds and maintain that drive, I mean, like we talked about before, his first sack was against Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So that's just a little tidbit there. But I like this kid. I like this kid a lot, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm sad that we lost Shaq, but I think I think we gained a little bit with AJ Epinesa, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he's young. The one complaint was that he would take plays off. So
Mm.
hopefully that doesn't happen. And if he
That
is
ain't
taking,
happening. That ain't happening under McDermott.
but the thing is, if he is, he's not playing every down. He doesn't have to
Yeah,
start unless they trade Trent Murphy. I don't even think AJ would start. Mario Addison would probably start on the opposite side if they did trade Murphy. So AJ's going to be coming in to relieve people. So you want to
mm.
play, say, a down every 4 downs. So there's no reason for you to take a damn play off.
There's
You
no
got,
way. There's no reason for you to stop.
you got just go in there and you go all out. So I mean,
I did hear.
personally,
I did hear before that Trent Murphy, they were looking to kind of like to get trade him out. I heard
yeah,
that a couple weeks ago. Now, whether
it's a
true it
rumor.
was or not.
No, that's a rumor that's been going on for a while because they'll save
Yeah.
money. My problem is, why cut him? I think it's his last year as well. Why are you going to try to
Hmm.
save money? You have $20 million that you're probably not even
Left.
going to
Yeah.
spend unless something
What do you think?
happens.
Getting in that. What do you think we're going to do with that 20 million? You think they're going to keep 10 million and try to get another decent player for 8, 10 million, or are they going to hold on to that? Because I think next year was supposed to be like 90 million or something again.
I think they're going to hold on to it. First of all, next
You think
year,
so?
yeah, towards the end of this year, you have to re-sign Tre'Davious White. There's a big chunk of your
Yeah,
money there. You have to
absolutely.
re-sign Matt Milano. That's another chunk of your money.
Yep.
Who's the other big name? I don't think it's. Oh man, I'd
They
have
already
to.
signed Poyer. They gave him his money, right? Yeah, they did. Jordan Poyer.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So there's another guy. I mean, I'm not looking up here. I got to look up for the Bills contracts, but there's I think 3 guys they need to re-sign, especially White and Milano are the 2 main guys.
Was it Tremaine? I believe it was Tremaine Edwards, wasn't it?
I thought he has
Because
one more year. I'm not sure. I'll
We
find out. Uh,
okay, we could do that. Keep it rolling. We'll find out.
yeah, but they're going to have that money. To me personally, if you're not going to do anything, like if our team is pretty stacked, I think. You know, unless somebody goes down, there's no reason to go spending money for no reason, unless it's just a 1 year contract. Like I said, if you want
Yeah.
to go get Cam for 1 year, or if you want to get some other quarterback for 1 year, or like Blake Bortles just as a backup, you're going to pay him, I don't know, 10 million, maybe less, I don't know, just for 1 year. They don't have any spots really, I think, that you need to fill. Unless you're going to trade for a better player at some position, you're not going to trade our safeties. Our safeties are on point. You're not going to trade our corners. Our corners are on point. I think our defensive line is pretty damn good. Our linebackers are good. I mean, unless you're looking for offensive linemen, our team actually started playing better. Now they're in the second year altogether. So, I mean, where are
Hmm.
you going to spend the money? We have two young running backs. Moss, we don't know, but, he's a tough running back. That's what we needed.
Yes.
Unless you're going to go get a Freeman out there, like why? I don't really think there's a
I
need.
mean, where we've discussed all the positions is really we have depth at every position, just like Fred Kilmore said. Uh, Fred Kilmartin said, when's the last time we said we were deep in every single position? I started thinking about that. I was like, man, never. We always had some weak points somewhere along the line, but we are stacked in pretty much every single position. We have not stacked. We have depth in every single position imaginable. The only thing I could think of it would be a good gunner on special teams or something like that. Throw 2-3 million away on that. But other than that, I think I might have to agree with you. I think we're just going to hold on to that money and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, even the special teamers, we got the kid, what is it, Makovich,
Yeah,
crazy, crazy
yeah, we
redhead.
picked him up too. Yeah, the
So
crazy red.
he's one of our gunners, who's one of the best in the league at this moment.
Yes.
You also drafted the fullback. What was his name? Oh, that he's a gunner too. Oh man, what's his name? The kid, fullback that he played tight end in college. Reggie Gilliam. So let's see what he
Oh yeah.
does. He's supposed to be. You even told me this. A special
Yeah,
team
yeah.
phenom guy.
That's true. That's true. I'm just trying to spend some money, man. That's all. I'm trying to see where we can spend some money.
But I'm looking like, all right, next year you're gonna have
I
Josh.
mean, where else are we going to spend it? Where else would you spend the money if we had a chance to? That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the special teams, and you just named two guys that we just signed that already shut me up with that. So where else are we going to sign? Where else are we going to get? We have wide receivers,
Hmm.
we have cornerbacks, we got linebackers, we got the man. We pretty much picked up every need that we needed this year. So I'm with you. I think we should hold on to that money.
Yeah, I mean, listen, next year you have Josh Norman. Unless Josh Norman comes and has a great year with us, I don't see them re-signing him. But if he has a great year, okay, that's another. He's playing 1 year, $6 million. So he's trying to
Mm,
prove that he's still elite and he still could play. Taiwan Jones, is he going to be on our team?
mm.
That's another guy they
I
signed for
don't know.
special teams. He's 31 years old. So I mean, I don't know. He might not even make the team. We
Mm,
got safety D Marlowe. He's pretty good. He's on his last year. We'll go down Evan Boehm, center. Uh, Isaiah McKenzie, who might not even make the team. We don't know. EJ Gaines on a 1 year deal. Brian Cox Jr., he's on a 1 year deal. That was another guy they brought in for special teams or depth. Robert
mm-hmm.
Foster, 1 year. I don't think he's going to be here. Levi Wallace, he's got to get paid. I like Levi
True.
Wallace. So that's another guy who's going to ask for some money. Jason Chrome. Jason Chrome is the guy, he has to prove himself. If he doesn't
Yes,
prove
sir.
himself this year, I think
He's
he's going to
made.
be
Yeah,
gone. He's not
yeah.
going to be here. And then Garrett McGinn, tackle, he's on a 1 year deal. So even going into next year, like those have some money, and they don't need to fill in certain spots. A lot of these guys are signed. So Tremaine Edwards, see on his last year, yeah.
I think
See,
he's
no, he has time on his contract still.
was it 4 year contract he had, right?
Yeah. So it's
Mm.
not even like they need to go crazy. Next year, if they have all this money, guess what? You re-sign the main guys you need,
Trey needs the money.
and go look who's the best available free agent at that time. I don't see
Yes, sir.
why not. This team could just continue to build, and that's one thing you see in the news is that a lot of these people are picking or saying the Bills are drafted. They've done a great draft uh, due to drafting and signing players, and a lot of the players are young. A lot of our
Mm-hmm.
starters are young. I think they're
Yes,
like
sir.
25 and under, which is ridiculous,
Yep.
and they're good players. So I mean, it's on point. The Bills are doing a good job. We just need to play football, and they need to play to their level. Talking
Yes, sir.
about defensive linemen, and you brought him up. Shaq Lawson was in the news because CBS Sports picked the top 10 cornerbacks. And when I saw this list, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
It's like a slap in the face, man.
It is like a slap in the face. So Shaq Lawson got into some little heat because where is it here? All right, Shaq Lawson may now play for one of the Bills' division rivals, but isn't always swaying his opinion on one of his former teammates. The Miami Dolphins defensive end was one of many players who criticized the CBS Sports cornerback ranking list. The list created by CBS Sports, Patrick Walker had Tre'Davious White as the seventh best corner heading into the 2020 season, and listed White as the AFC's third best corner back. When he saw this, Lawson disagreed and said the Bills cornerback is top two in the league at the position. I
Yes,
said,
sir.
I said what, top five, even top two, top three. I said that in our show.
Top three, yeah.
Yeah, I said top three. That, of course, means that Lawson feels White is better than both his new teammates. I don't know how that's going to go. The Dolphins, Byron Jones, and Xavier Howard. So on this list, I don't know if you have it in front of you,
Yeah.
they have Stephon Gilmore first, Marcus Peters second,
Peters.
Joe Hayden third, Jalen Ramsey fourth, Patrick Peterson fifth, Byron Jones sixth, then Tre'Davious White. Xavier Howard is actually behind White, Chris Harris Jr.,
Yeah.
and Marshawn Lattimore.
Now you got to be kidding me. Jalen Ramsey ahead of Trey White. Come on now, really,
Yeah,
really, really.
yeah.
Come on. You know, Tre'Davious White didn't give up a touchdown the whole year.
Not
I
even that.
mean,
I had a note on this, which was something ridiculous. Ah, where was this? White is the only player to lead the league in interceptions without allowing a single touchdown.
that's right.
I think he's given up a touchdown. I think they were saying since like his rookie year or something like this. It's something
Yeah,
ridiculous. The guy has not given up a touchdown.
he's really tight. His stats are really close with Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore actually, I believe John Brown was the only one that burned him for a touchdown this past year
Was it?
when we played him. Yes, yes. I think it was the only. I believe it's the only touchdown he gave up for the year. I mean, Stephon Gilmore is a beast. You know that he's a great player. But I personally think Trey White. Seeing him backpedaling and stuff, I like his feet work a lot better. I mean, I am biased because he's a Bills player now and not Stephon anymore. But I believe Trey. I believe Trey isn't going to get thrown to a lot. I believe Josh is going to have to pick up the load this year, and I think Josh is going to take that slot, that opposite side Trey. I believe so. So, you know, uh, Trey's the man. Trey's the man. They're not gonna throw to him this year. I know they're not gonna throw to him this year.
Listen,
So especially with the safeties we got Trey. So Josh is gonna have a monster year. I'm mark my words. Josh is gonna have a monster year this year.
unlike you, I don't know if he's going to start. Who started last year on the opposite side? Wallace, right?
Levi Wallace, but then he hurt his ankle.
I think there's going to be a competition there, and Wallace has been out
It's,
there training. He's been on Instagram showing too. Josh, I hope
I
he's
can't
right.
I can't wait to see what's going on in camp, man. There's so many backstories, so many competition that it's gonna be. We're gonna me and you were talking about, man. There's 11 weeks left
Mhm.
before the season starts. We're gonna run out. We don't even have content. We don't have news. But as soon as camp starts, man, there's gonna be a whole bunch of crap coming out, man, about who's raising the bar. We might hear names, on the bottom of that depth chart coming up to the top of the depth chart. We don't know. That's why they got to go with the camp. That's why I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be freaking awesome, man.
Like I said, I don't know if Josh is going to get that number two spot. I hope they push each other. I would
Hmm.
like to see Levi win it because he's younger. He's going to be
Yeah.
on our team unless we don't re-sign him. He's not going to command that money Tre'Davious White's going to get.
No.
I think he's going to be a more discount, and he's younger. So I hope he can beat out Josh. I think Josh is going to slide into a nickel spot. And
Yes.
going to go into like
Yes.
dime. And I could see it unless it depends, because some of these guys
You
are
see Levi more of a man coverage guy?
yeah, but you know,
Because look what happened with Josh over there at Washington when he did a lot of, he
exactly
got beat a lot, man, that is
what I
true.
mean.
But this is a system that he's used to, with McDermott. So if he fits in the system the way we think he's going to fit in, he'll be all right. But like you said, man to man matchups, I don't got my money on Josh from what I've seen. But nickel
Well, that's the
coverage, dime
thing.
coverage,
That's that age. So I mean, if you slide him into the
yeah,
nickel, play some kind of zones, he knows where to be. He's smart. He
yep,
knows how to read the quarterback. He knows where people are
hmm
going to be. Another position he could do, but not on our team, unless he's going to sign for depth later on, slide into free safety. Just like say like a Rod Woodson did or Charles Woodson.
hmm
You move back, but who knows? We have him for 1 year. Let's see if he's going to prove himself to where he used to be. I looked also on the Fox Sports top 10 corners. At least over here, they had them tied for fourth. They
okay,
had Gilmore won again. They had Carlton Davis, Logan Ryan, Joe Hayden, and then Tre'Davious White. Actually, they had Joe Hayden, White, and Jareer Alexander from Green Bay all tied for fourth. It's like, come on, man.
mm,
Listen, Stefan and Tre'Davious both had 6 interceptions. The difference
yep,
was Stefan took 2 for touchdowns. All right. One thing, he had 20 pass deflects defended. Tre'Davious had 17, so 3 less. Carlton from Tampa, who he didn't even have on the top 10, had 19. I mean, I don't know how he's getting these numbers. Like I said, White hasn't given up a touchdown in I don't know how many years, which is
hmm
ridiculous to me. You know, Stefan is facing the same guys White is. So
absolutely,
and most of the time,
same exact life, yeah,
yeah, White is actually hopping or following the guy, and
hmm
Stefan doesn't always do that because they have McCourty over there. So he wasn't always facing the top guy. I believe. So personally, I think Tre'Davious at this point is better than Stephon Gilmore. And one thing, like I said, when Stephon Gilmore used to play for the Bills, used to drive me crazy because they would call pass interference against him. He holds.
yeah.
He does hold.
Now up there, they don't call it that much.
They don't call it because it's New England. But he
Yeah,
does get away with some stuff, and it drives me
absolutely,
crazy because
absolutely.
when he would get called against the Bills, I could see it. I'm like, come on, man. And he would get
hmm
beat. And John Brown was able to beat him. So I don't know why
Yep.
he's talking crap because now you're going to have Stephon Diggs and John Brown. So you're going to have to take one of those guys.
Ooh.
And I hope they burn him up. So because you got McCourty and Gilmore. So pick your poison who you're going to want to watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the sky's the limit. I think Trey is better than these guys. So I think Shaq Lawson was right. He is
Absolutely.
top
Well,
three in
now
the league.
what kind of heat you think he's going to get down there in Miami for saying that with his teammates? You know what I mean? Is that
So
divide the does that divide the locker room, or is he like, hey man, I keep it real because I know how you play? I mean, he doesn't really know how Byron plays because he hasn't played with him. You know what I mean? So I mean,
he could say all he wants. I mean, look at if you look at team defenses, the Bills were ranked second behind
hmm
New England, I believe,
New
in
England, New
passing.
England was shutting everybody down last year though.
Then Baltimore Ravens. Well, I mean, look at their defensive squad; it's pretty nasty too.
Yeah,
I mean, Devin
yeah.
McCourty and his brother, the other McCourty, they're both nasty. And you put Stephon Gilmore over there, and what's his name, man? The coach Belichick was just a monster. He's a
It's genius,
defensive,
man.
yeah, he's a defensive
I'm
genius.
I'm
Matter.
I'm willing. I want to see how they're going to fare off with this quarterback situation this year. Now, I mean, I know I don't want to get on the subject of New England Patriots, but in the back of your mind, since Brady left, everybody's pegging us as the AFC East champs now. I mean, Jets are still they play us tough.
Yeah,
Miami got, I don't know how long Tua's going to be in there, before he gets a chance, and hopefully he stays healthy. I don't wish, nobody getting hurt at all anyway, but if he stays healthy, he might be, and learns the system quick. He's a great quarterback. So, I mean, a lot of people are giving the Buffalo Bills the edge on the AFC East, but I think it's going to be a little bit more tighter than we actually, see.
yeah. I mean, like I said, to be the champs, you got to beat the champs. Sorry, you got to
Yep.
beat New England Patriots. Tom Brady,
Hmm.
no Tom Brady. At least it makes it easier because the last year we
He's
held in
been
there.
killing us.
Well, they weren't killing us score wise.
No,
Tom
no, no,
Brady,
no.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
tough game. We won. They
yeah.
won by what, a touchdown or less each
If
time.
it wasn't for, didn't he get a concussion? Josh Allen got a concussion. One of that.
He got hurt in, I think, the last game was it, or one of
Yeah,
them, and that's when this guy came in and threw like one or two
Matt
interceptions.
Barkley.
Also, Matt
Yeah.
Barkley. Uh, Listen, they've been playing New England better and better with Brady. The problem is, like I think I told you a week or two ago, now if they're down by 10 or down by a touchdown, who's going to get it riled up? The players are going to be like, all right, Edelman, he's got a good voice. He's going to voice his opinion. Let's go, let's
Hmm.
go, let's go. But they're going to
Absolutely.
look to the side and they're not going to see number 12. So are they going to be like, damn, we can't do this? So it's going to be more of a head thing too. Let's see
Yeah.
which quarterback even starts. Is it going to be Hoyer or the other kid? I don't
Yep.
know. And the only team I kind of like a little weary of, if they step up, would be the
The
Jets. I
Jets.
also told you, if the Jets are struggling, I think Sam Darnold loses his job. That's just me. He could be our backup next year.
I
Well,
want him to see ghosts. I want him to see ghosts everywhere. That's what I want him to
I
do.
hope so too. And our defense is going to be better, but they do have a good defensive squad over there.
Yes,
And they
sir.
made adjustments to that offensive line, which I said they needed to do, and they actually did it this year, which is good for them, not us. And they picked up a few receivers. So I mean, I think they're going to be tough, but who knows? They might not be mentally tough. On that note,
And they got Mr. Gore over there, so they probably have our tendencies and stuff with Dayball. So we'll see how that's going to play out too. Me and you talked about that.
yeah,
I mean, you know, is
yeah,
he going to actually get a lot of playing time, or do they have him as a tendency kind of guy to see what playbook and everything what we're doing with Dayball?
yeah, who knows? But he did. He was a player under Gase, so they have
That's
relationships.
true.
So we'd hope that's the deal, and not just signing them to learn our playbook. All right, we're getting
we're just thinking. We're just thinking as fans, all the angles and which and whatnot. That's just something me and you talked about. Is like, hey man, it could very well be.
popped into mind right away.
Absolutely.
On a sadder note, like we say, once a bill, always a bill. I like this player. Uh, when he was on our team, I was hoping he made the squad. Nick O'Leary, sad to say, former.
Oh yeah, man.
He's not going to partake in the 2020 NFL season if it takes place. O'Leary, 27, was recently placed on the reserve non-football injury list by the Las Vegas Raiders. I got used to saying that. After it was revealed that he suffered a heart attack back in May, the
Hmm.
tight end noticed pain in his left arm and chest while working out and later playing pickleball with his brother. That's what it was, not paddleball, pickleball. I have no
Oh,
idea what
okay.
pickleball is.
Don't ask me what it is either.
After deciding to take a trip to the hospital, it was revealed that the former Bills draft pick had 100% blockage to the right side of his heart. Two
That's
stents
insane,
were
man.
placed, two stents were placed and blocked the passageway during his heart procedure. Uh, Despite suffering a heart attack, O'Leary told the Palm Beach Post, "If they still give me an opportunity to play next year, I'd love to." O'Leary told the Post. "I feel good," O'Leary added. "I feel better than I did before. I've got to be on blood thinners for 6 months to a year. That's the reason why I'm not playing. I can't play football this year. If I got cut, they said that would be the biggest problem. Wouldn't be able to stop the bleeding. So
Hmm.
he was a sixth-round pick for the Bills in 2015. He spent the first 3 seasons with us. And then he went to Miami, Jacksonville Jaguars over the last 2 seasons before joining the Raiders in April. Uh, I like Nick O'Leary. He was just a
I
smaller.
like him too.
He was smaller size. He was played for Florida State Seminoles.
I liked him when he was at Florida State.
Yeah, he was a beast. The guy would catch everything. He was just a smaller tight end. To
Yeah.
me, he could have been like that.
He was with the Bills for 6 seasons. Wow.
No,
I,
three
I didn't
seasons.
realize it.
Three,
Three.
three.
Okay, okay. I was like, I don't remember him being there that long.
No, he
Three
was with
seasons.
the Bills for
Another
3 years.
another little tidbit of him. He's actually the grandson of Jack Nicklaus, the golf great. I didn't know that.
You did it? No,
That's pretty
I did
cool.
that.
No, I didn't know that.
He
I
went
didn't, I
up.
didn't know that.
He went up to Buffalo a few times to watch the games, and when he
Yeah.
played in Miami, he was always there. So it was
Yeah.
pretty. All right, Since we're closing off almost, let's do these top picks real quick. Answers for that. The guy you said on Twitter had some bold predictions for the Bills. Let's answer them real fast.
Okay, real quick. Okay,
One
these
or
are the
two
top
answers.
10. Huh?
One or two
Yeah.
answers. Not too long.
Okay. Number one. These are 10 bold predictions. Number one, Josh Allen throws for more than 30 touchdowns. Yes or no?
Hold on. Say the guy's name, so just in case we don't get in trouble for
Matt
spoilers.
Perino. Matt Perino, you can find him at mperino at nyup.com.
Yeah. All right. Go. What was the first one? Josh Allen. What?
Josh Allen throws for more than 30 touchdowns.
I say yes. What did he have last year? Let me.
I think he had 22. What? You're more of a stat guy over there.
That's the computer, not me. Let's see.
He threw for 20 touchdowns last year. He threw for 20 and ran for 9.
Oh,
So
he's gonna have 10
even
more. I can see
10
10 more.
more.
Stephon with Diggs and these kids coming in. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, number two, Stephon Diggs sets new career highs in yards and touchdowns.
Jesus, doesn't he have like some crazy yards?
He's got monster numbers, man.
I say no, not happening. He's
He had
breaking
a career touchdown reception in 2018. He had 9 touchdowns with 1,130 yards. And then
touchdowns.
1,130 yards. Yep.
Okay.
And then John Brown led the Bills with 1,060 yards with 6 touchdowns last year. So I'd say 1,250 yards, 10 touchdowns for Diggs in his first year.
Really?
What you think?
I can see.
I think so, man.
The thing is, you're gonna have to take the ball away from Brown. Excuse me. And if you're playing, I mean, everybody got a little better. I mean, Miami's corners aren't bad. The Jets' corners aren't bad unless they lose what's his name, Adams, but he's a safety, right? Uh, He's going to face their top guys.
Yeah.
How's he going to do against the top guys? He's been facing top guys all the time. So I mean, I could see him possibly getting 10 touchdowns. More than he needs 10, right, to break. It's 9. I don't know if he's going
9. He needs.
I don't know if he's going to do the yards and that. I'd be surprised, but you say yes.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't have a monster year, I'll go and flip it over and say John Brown have a monster year. What you think? Being that the number one guy is going to be taking a Stephon Diggs, John, but that's going to give a lot of opportunity for John and for Beasley.
You know who's going to have a monster year? I think Knox, if he starts.
I hope so. I mean, this should be his breakout year, man.
I tell you right now, if I'm defending the Bills, I'm watching. In the pass game, I'm watching Diggs and Browns and Beasley.
Yes,
Knox.
sir.
And Knox could outrun some of these linebackers. You know,
and he could truck them too.
Yeah, not even talking about our running backs. I think Knox might have a great year if the kids.
Yes, sir. All right, number 3, Bills finished with a top 12 offense in the NFL. What do you think?
They can. What were they last year? I think they were like 20-something last year, right? Weren't they up there?
Yeah, we was up there.
Top 10? Offense?
Top 12.
Top 12.
Top 12.
You're going to have the Saints are going to be up there. You're going to have Baltimore. You're going to have Kansas City. Top 12. I think we're going to be top 15. I don't know if we'll be top 12. I hope we are. I don't think so.
I think we will. I think we'll be in the top 10. To be honest with you.
Right, let me see. Ask the next one because I want to see who was the top offenses last year.
What do you want to do? Number 4, you said?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Jerry Hughes will post double-digit sacks for the first time since 2014. Now, we were just talking about him might be getting traded, but man, the last time he was in the double digits, that's when Mario, Williams was in town. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
Double digits since 2014, they said?
Yeah, since 2014.
6 years he hasn't been in double digits.
Mm-hmm. The last time he did it was when Mario Williams was with us. So
yeah,
I don't know, but now we're gonna have Mario Addison, bro. I mean, geez. What do you think about that?
Mario Williams.
He's not Mario Williams, but Mario Addison's he's a beast too, though, man.
I'd say
he's a beast too.
I hope he does. but I say he's going to have 8 sacks. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe eight
You know,
sacks.
you might be right, but he played. When he played hurt last year, but now it's probably going to be impossible for them to double up on him, man. So he might be. I don't know, man. He might have
Can't,
some big numbers this year.
I don't. You said they're going to double up on him. I don't think they'll
No, they
double
might
up.
not be able to. They might not be able to now.
I don't think they will. Uh, no, I think he might have. I hope he hits 10. I don't see it though. I think maybe 8, maybe 9. I'll be surprised.
Even with
But
Ed Oliver, I mean, we don't. How many? Did they ever say how many games Ed Oliver's suspended? Nothing's come out that, right? I don't. I don't know. I haven't
yeah, but
been
what was
following.
ridiculous? I forgot some player got in trouble for domestic violence. Then they dropped the charges, and he's not even getting suspended. So who the hell knows what's going on? Uh, we still got some time. Go ahead. Well, by the way, the top
Uh-huh.
15 last year, where the Cowboys were actually number one offensively. Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Ravens, Buccaneers, 49ers, Falcons, Chiefs, Rams, Seahawks, Saints, Chargers, Raiders, Titans, Texans, Eagles, Patriots. Patriots are going to drop without Tom Brady, so they might
Hmm.
fall out. Uh, Chargers are going to drop without Philip Rivers, so I don't see them as a top 10, especially after losing Philip Rivers and the running back who went to Denver. Can't remember his name. So you know what? We might move up a few slots, but I don't see us in the top 15. I hope I'm
No,
wrong.
not even in the
We'll see.
top 15.
I don't see it.
Even with the offensive weapons we got, man. I mean, we're gonna have probably one of the prolific duos in wide receivers, man. I mean,
We were
and
behind the
running back.
Giants. We were behind the Giants last year. We would have to go from 24th to top 15. It's not that big of a jump, but you
I
still
say
have
I say we're gonna make it. Put what you think you're gonna make. Put it right here, right now, on record. What do you think we're gonna be?
17.
I say top 12. I'll be in the top 12. We got that. Let's go to number 5 then.
Let's
Josh
go.
Norman starts all 16 games
As a starter,
as a starter. Well, they say Josh Norman starts all 16 games.
at the whether he be the left side, I don't see it happening, or right side, whatever. He's not starting. I think Levi Wallace is going to start, but he will
Let me
be our
read.
nickel back.
Let me read to you what it says. It said Norman thinks he's ready to unleash all world type skills as part of the Bills defense this season after reuniting with Sean McDermott. I'm not sure I'm ready to predict Pro Bowl, but he's got the right mindset and unmatched understanding of what McDermott's scheme requires. I think it's his job to lose after signing a 1 year, $6 million deal this offseason, and he'll keep Levi Wallace in the depth role all season. No? You don't agree with that?
I hope he does. I hope that would just mean he stepped up his game and he
I
could cover these guys one on one again. But I
I
don't
gotta
see
agree
it.
with you.
So I think he's lost
I
a
gotta agree
step.
with you.
So maybe as nickel, but I don't see him starting at the other side.
I'm in agreement with you. But very rare that we're in agreement, but I'm in agreement with you with that right
Go ahead, next
now.
one.
Number 6, Devin Singletary rushes for 1,200 yards, and Zach Moss leads the team in rushing touchdowns.
1,200 yards. I could see Zach Moss leading the touchdowns. Uh, Yards though, dude, he's gonna get hurt. Nah, he's not hitting 1,200. He'll get
Okay,
869 yards. There you
well,
go.
yeah, Singletary, he missed 4 games last season. If you extrapolate his 12-game rushing total to a full season, he would have rushed for close to 1,050 yards as a rookie. So predicting 1,200 for Singletary isn't really that bold. It's not far off because he missed 4 games. He almost never goes down first contact. His shiftiness and creativeness in space makes him one of the bright young backs in the NFL. Moss does some of the things that Singletary can do, but he may be more of a threat at the goal line because he's bigger, kind of like Frank Gore. And as a 1B option as a rookie, Moss immediately upgrades the Bills' running game, and there's always that veteran T.J. Yeldon. We didn't talk about him either, who remains in the mix also. So I think he's Singletary will get the bulk of the carries, but I think Moss will be there in the goal line situation, the red zone. So I think he could get the 1,200.
Singletary.
I'm a,
You
yeah,
said you
Singletary with
said he
1,200. I
missed
think he
four
can.
games last year. That's
Yeah.
what he said. He's going to miss probably 3 or 4 games again this year. Because he's
You
small,
think so?
he's going to get jacked up the way he runs. He ran
Well,
for
he didn't
seven.
really get jacked up. It was his hamstring. Remember, he was running. He just
Yeah.
hopped. He
Well,
just pulled his own hamstring. He hurt himself.
hopefully it doesn't happen. I could see him possibly doing it, but I think Moss is going to have a good year. He is going to take
Yeah.
all the carries on the end zone because he's bigger.
Yeah.
Uh, he ran for 775 yards. So, like I said, I see him getting maybe 800. I think he will miss. He's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Uh,
Okay.
I agree with the Moss. I don't see Singletary getting 1,200. Next.
I see him going for over 1,000, but I don't see him going 1,200. I see him going
Okay.
for 1,000
I hope
because
you're
I think
right.
he's going to carry the bulk of the carries for the year, and then you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have Zach Moss in the red zone situations. All right, number 7, Andre Roberts will run back a kickoff or a punt for touchdown.
If he's on the team.
I know you talked about him not probably being on the team.
There was people think somebody I saw some tweet I forgot for another Bills show said they think
Uh-huh.
Andre Roberts is going to make the team. They want him to make the team, and I mean with the youth we have, bringing in Taiwan Jones, I
And
don't
Tyler Matovich, Matavich.
because Andre Miller's a punt returner. You know, he's a
Yeah,
specialist. So if Taiwan Jones is returning punts and he's going to return kickoffs, why didn't we need Roberts? It's
that's true.
it's messed up. But again, where's Roberts? Roberts on this. He's 32 years old, dude. He's one of the oldest guys on our squad. And if we brought in
I
Taiwan
know,
Jones to be a specialist,
but
Roberts
he was just a Pro Bowler this year too, man. I mean, you can't take
trade him.
nothing from the guy.
Trade him. No, you can't. But the thing is this: you brought in Taiwan Jones, I think, for that also. So unless you're going to keep him for depth, I mean, how many receivers are we going to have? We can't keep all these receivers. So
Yeah, somebody got to go.
yeah, somebody's got to go. By the way,
Somebody's got to go.
Kurt ended up saying, "What's up, guys? What's up, Kurt?" He's on the background.
What
Somebody
up, Kurt?
told me to say that. All right, he told me
Number
to
8.
go. Number 8. Well, hold
Let's
on.
get it going.
If he is on the squad, he will return a kickoff or a punt. That's
Yes, sir.
obvious. That's no
That's
crazy.
that's why they're going to keep him. Absolutely.
I
All
mean,
right, number 8, Tremaine Edwards earns All Pro honors.
cut. That was Andre Roberts. Cut. All right.
Damn, you cold. You cold, man.
Yes, Edmonds should get it. The guy's a monster. I would have to look at every other linebacker in the AFC. I mean, you got CJ Mosley. He could win it. But Tremaine, to me, this guy's just a monster. He's going to win it. He'll get it this
He
year.
had 16 games, 144 tackles, 81 solo tackles, 1 safety, 4 tackles for loss, 12 pass defended, and 2 interceptions. Me, myself, and I believe he get All Pro honors
Yeah,
as a 23. He just turned 23 or 24.
yeah, I'm going. I
One of
was
the youngest linebackers.
just looking at that. I want to see his age. It's ridiculous because he started with us when he was 19 years old. They drafted him.
Yep.
He's 22 right now. This kid's a monster,
Whew,
man. This is
that's
another guy
insane, man.
they may have to make sure they sign him long term. Next.
Mm. Number 9, Micah Hyde leads team in interceptions.
No.
No.
It's going to be
Let me read to it.
Tre'Davious White again. Unless
How
people.
do you think? I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna throw to him that much, man.
This is what you let me finish. It's going to be Tre'Davious White. And if it's not going to be Tre'Davious White, you know who's going to be? Josh
Levi.
Norman, because he's going to be in the nickel just chilling.
You see?
He's just going
You
to pick
see?
people off.
We were just talking about Levi Wallace. You see?
I like Levi, but again, if Josh is sitting in the nickel where he could roam, there's no way.
He's dangerous.
Yeah, he's like he would
Very
be
dangerous.
a Reed from Baltimore. What the hell was his name? Old man Reed. He could be if he's plays like him. He'll sit out there. He'll just read the defense of the quarterback and pick people off. So
Mm.
I don't think.
Let me read you something real quick, and we'll go to number 10. Hyde and safety partner Jordan Poyer each had 5 interceptions in their first season as Bills in 2017. Hyde just had 2 in 2018, then just 1 last season. But teams are going to have to make decisions when they try and find a place to target the Bills in the secondary. If Norman can be complement to first team All Pro Tre'Davious White that the Bills are hoping for, Hyde can sit back and ball hawk again in 2020. So it pretty much says what you say. They're going to sit back. I think he might have. Uh, uh, I don't think he'll lead the team, but I think he might be up there first, maybe second and third on the team. I mean, definitely. Because you got, like you said, you have Josh Norman just sitting, in the nickel package, just reading and reacting, and he's very good at that. He knows the scheme. They're not gonna. I don't think that a lot of people are gonna throw the tray, and then he's gonna be kind of like on the island on his own over there. Nobody's gonna mess with him. I don't think Micah Hyde will lead the team in interceptions, but I think he'll be up there. All right, number 10.
He's one of my favorite players, but I don't see it.
You don't see it? I got you. Number 10, Leslie Frazier is hired as head coach by another NFL franchise, not the Bills, following the 2020 season.
No.
You don't think so?
It's messed up because I like him. He did not do
I like him a lot.
He did not do a good job in Minnesota. Let me see right now. I want to look up these teams real quick. But he didn't play. He didn't coach well in Minnesota, and they had a good team in Minnesota. He lost his job up there. I kind of hope he doesn't because he's been a good coach for us. And
Absolutely.
Like I said in the past, you have offensive coaches, you have defensive coaches, and you have head coaches. I think he's a defensive coach.
Absolutely.
That's it. I don't see him being it. I mean, if I'm looking right now, next year, who might get fired? If the Bears have a crappy season, maybe they fire their coach. I don't know if they brought him on or not.
I personally think he's going to ride it out for 2. He's got to look at the talent. Unless they give him a whole bunch of boatload of money to be a head coach somewhere else, I think he's going to stick it out with the Bills for the next 2-3 years because, contractually we have guys that are going to be here for the next 2. I mean, we got a good thing going. We could possibly be a next. I mean, I don't want to jinx ourselves by saying this, but we could probably take over that AFC East. The dynasty that the New England Patriots are going to lead. So if they stay 2-3 years with all the players we got, I don't see why Leslie would want to leave unless there's a huge pay for him. And that's the only thing. I mean, I think the money would get him away, but if he was to really think about it, because there were rumors that they wanted to talk to him last, off season and stuff. So,
well, the thing is,
and even Dayball too. So,
the last 2 years, people wanted to talk to him. But it's kind of messed up. Do they really want to talk to him? Because now, with the whole, I forgot what they call it, but you have to interview African-American coaches.
Oh, yeah, also. Absolutely. The minorities, yeah.
Yeah, it's sad because a lot of these guys are just getting interviewed so they can meet quota.
Yeah, the criteria.
Yeah, the criteria. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, it's kind of messed up. Like I said, he didn't do a good job in Minnesota. He had a great team over there. He crapped the bed.
Yeah, he had talent over there too, yep.
I don't know who would be firing their head coaches this year. Ron Rivera just got the Redskins, but it goes through every year. And even as all these defensive coaches or whatever want to be head coaches. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's why
even McDermott is in a hot seat mid-season. I don't know if you read that. He was almost in a hot seat already. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think that was just talking some bull.
Some bull.
Yeah. But that's what the Bills did. They made Leslie Frazier also the assistant head coach.
Absolutely.
So, they gave him the defensive coach. Now you're the assistant head coach. So if something happens in the tournament, you're the man. So, they're trying to keep him happy. If the Bills have a great offense, I think Brian Dable might be gone because people wanted to talk to him.
Oh, if they don't, if he's conservative this year, man, with all these weapons, yeah, man, it might not look good for him. I think with Josh working out the way he is with his accuracy and with these new weapons he has, I think that opens up the playbook for Dayball. First of all, we got two great running backs, and you want to start the game high note, running. That opens up for what? The play action, and we got all the weapons. So I mean, this is a make or break year for Dayball, in my opinion. If he plays conservative or whatnot, like he did last year a little bit, towards the end, like the first half against Baltimore. I was like, wow, these trick plays and this and that. And then all of a sudden, the second half, you already knew what was going to happen. If that happens again, I think he's gone.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I love when we get to keep coaches for a few years because
Yeah.
just develops more and more. Anyway, we went a little longer today, but we got in those things. Hour and 20 minutes. We got Bobby in the black background. Bobby, if you want to pop on or you want to say anything, guess we're going to start wrapping it up. We didn't even think we were going to go this long. Look at that, man. We put a show together, reaching and scratching for stuff. Here's Bobby back
What's up,
here.
fellas?
Hey, Bobby. Quick thing before we go. Also, I want to give a shout out to Kurt and Kenny and their show, the K and K shows, every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Check them out, guys.
I
Anything
think
else
once
we gotta
the
hit, Bobby?
sports season starts, we're gonna do something like a maybe a weekly roundtable. We get all the shows together on one, thing. Especially football season. We're all big football fans, right? So maybe we'll do
Yep.
something like that once, if there's a season this year.
I hope.
That'll work.
Yeah,
I think
I
that'd be
can't
pretty
see that
fun.
now. No, sounds
What do you
good.
mean if? Don't jinx it, Bobby. What do you mean if?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. The way I see,
Especially with this Hall of Fame thing going getting canceled in August. So that's kind of running deep already. You know what I mean? It's like, yeesh.
Yeah, I was surprised when they canceled that. I didn't
Yeah,
think they
yeah,
would
it just
cancel it yet.
I don't know. It doesn't get you too confident, right?
ain't looking good.
Yeah. Well, I hope we do play because my goodness, we need some kind of sports going on.
That would be something for the Bills, right? We actually get a squad that's looking super good. We're like, wow, the Bills got the best team they've had since the '90s, and but except we're not gonna have a season now. So nah,
I'm telling you, this is
they better have a
2020, right?
season.
This is
Uh,
2020. The year's going backwards since Kobe passed away, unfortunately, right?
yeah.
This is the year you're gonna have Bills versus Vikings in the Super Bowl. Both
Is
franchises
that,
want that first win and avoid 0
is that
5.
what you call it? You're calling it right now?
That
Bulls Vikings, yes.
that would be crazy.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, right. Both 0-4 in the Super Bowls.
Both teams 0-4. Both teams
Uh,
haven't won.
Diggs,
Both teams
yeah.
rabid fan bases hungry for something, right?
yeah, that would be
Diggs,
crazy.
the fans against Diggs. Diggs going playing against his former team. Oh my God, I can see the drama right there, right now.
That'll be all. I mean, aside from my Giants or Steelers making it, I would root for that 100%.
Awesome.
I'd be there rooting with you. All right, Bobby. So, anything else to mention, or we're good?
Nah, we're good. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be a little slow down the next 2 weeks. I know Danny's show Beyond the Buzzer returns after July 4th. So he's off the next 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I'm working on a couple stuff. I may start my own show after July 4th as well. Do a little blackjack blackjack for breakfast, something like that in the morning. So we'll see. Just enjoying the weather. That's what I'm doing right now is,
Sounds
Yeah.
good. So, on that note, I guess we'll be signing off for another Viva Los Bills show. Will Cologne, Big Vinny, Bobby in the background, signing off, saying peace, go Bills, Viva
Go
Los
Bills.
Bills, Wepa, good night, adios.
Go Bills. Go Bills. Go Bills.
Sign us off, Bobby. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Shut them down. You're so good. Bobby, we're still live, Bobby.